We're not like angels. The angels, لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. The angels are always obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 100% of the time. For us, life is a test. We have the choice to do good, to pray salah. We have the choice to be just. And with that, we'll be rewarded. And we also have the choice to do evil. We have the choice to disbelieve. We have the choice to be oppressive. And with that, there are consequences and punishment with that. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. This is the meaning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, whoever wants, let them believe. And whoever wants, let them disbelieve. So this is one of the reasons why evil and hardship occurs. Another reason why evil and difficulty and suffering and hardship occurs, it is because good can only be appreciated in contrast with its evil. Meaning, we can only appreciate wealth when we understand what poverty is. We can appreciate health, good health, when we know what sickness is. We can appreciate safety and security when we know what fear is. We can appreciate comfort when we understand what hardship is. Also from the reasons why, from the hikmah and the wisdom behind the existence of evil and suffering and hardship, is because through it, people return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Perhaps maybe some of us went through experiences where we suffered, maybe went through a car accident, maybe we had an illness, a loved family member passed away, and because of that, we returned back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person is always going through prosperity and blessings, it can lead to arrogance like Iblis. And arrogance leads to kufr, wal-iyadu billah. So going through suffering and difficulties, it could be a reason why a person returns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, the mushrikeen, Allah said about them, the mushrikeen, subhanAllah, Allah said about them that when they're on land, they worship their idols. But when they're in hardship, they're in the, many places in the Quran Allah talked about this, when they're in the hardship of the ocean and the sea, and the waves are throwing them around. This person who was a mushrik, who's worshipping idols, all of a sudden, he's upon tawheed, he's worshipping Allah, he's calling upon Allah. He's asking Allah to save him from this moment. فَلَمَّا نَجَّاهُمْ, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves some of them, they go back to land and they continue their idol worship. So this is also from the reasons. And also from the reasons why evil and suffering and hardship exists, it is also because through it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives people. Through it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards people. Through it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises the ranks of people. Through it, through hardship and suffering. Right? Some of the scholars, they mentioned, if this was the only wisdom or hikmah behind why evil and hardship and suffering, if this is the only reason behind it, that Allah would forgive you, He would reward you, and He would raise your rank in Jannah, that's enough. That's enough.
It's true.
Right? So these are some of the reasons that some of the scholars mention why evil and hardship and suffering, they do exist.